Paul Chek, health coach. True or not true? Well, I've had the blinkers taken off and I can see everything and been researching stuff as well. And how can a health coach recommend you smoke tobacco and recommend you do plant medicine? It's like your doctor telling you to stop drinking and then you see him drinking a pint of beer. It's hypocritical, isn't it? We all know cannabis damages the frontal cortex of the brain. It affects the memory of your brain. You forget stuff now, can't remember things. Yes, he is 64 years old. I understand that. But why would you be recommending drugs to people when it's an epidemic now? It's so bad. Where I live, I see people shooting up in the street. Where I live, I see people getting mugged. All to do with drug culture. And this is what annoys me, is that how can he be a health coach, Paul Chek, when he's going to bed at 9 p.m. and waking up at 3 a.m. That just tells me he's in extreme adrenal fatigue and he's wiped himself out over the 40-year period of maybe still doing drugs. And the reason why I say that is that if you look at the photo of him in the Airborne, you'll see the photo of him and he's standing there with a rifle and there's white painting on the rifle, which was a bit weird, which that would have been maybe from a shooting range or something. But if you look at the photo, look at his eyes. He looks totally out of his nut. He's not making a normal face. He's making that face that if you're out of your head type thing. And then there's one other picture of him standing on a helicopter wing type thing with another airborne guy. But no evidence of him with his troop. No evidence of him with the boxing guys that he trained, because he said he trained the American Army boxing team. But then how did he get in the American Army when he lived in Canada? Bit strange as well. And then not putting out, I think it's 224 certificate, something like that. And all the American soldiers have this and they're really proud of it. And I was speaking to a friend the other day and who'd been in the military. I said, you've got photos everywhere, haven't you? And he said, yeah, of course, Scott. I said, have you got photos of you in your dress uniform? Yeah, of course, I'm really proud. Spoke to another person, spoke to my uncle, and he said, yeah, I've got photos everywhere, Scott, of evidence, and that I did it as a great memory. So it just doesn't make sense, you know, and because you can't research if somebody's been in the army, if they decide they want to not go public with it, you can't find no public documentation apart from them two photos and what he says himself. Then he says he's a clairvoyant. I've asked him to come and visit me. He still ain't turned up. It's been over 8 weeks. And then he says he's a remote viewer, so I put him to the test. Tell me what's really spiritual in my bedroom. Nothing. So that just tells me he's categorically lying and saying stuff that you can't prove. Does that make sense? So I'm a shaman, right? If you come and see me for a shaman technique, you will go out of the room feeling dramatically different. But because he's saying these things, he doesn't have to prove it. Does that make sense? Whereas if somebody comes to see me and I'm doing a shaman technique, or I say to them, I'm going to get you more flexible, that's if they're really tight. I'm going to get you flexible within 10 minutes, and I do, release all the muscles and get their body moving. Then as they're walking down the road, I text them and go, are you walking a bit better now? Oh, Scott, I can't believe it. I can't believe how different I'm walking. Or when I do a shaman healing on somebody, text them the next day, how'd you feel? Oh, I had this really intense dream. Oh no, but I just feel so relaxed, Scott. I just feel really good. Whatever it was, you've lifted it and I feel great. And I say to the client, You're not blowing smoke up my arse, are you? You're 100% real and genuine. Yes. That's why I've got 175 testimonials on my website. Because it's real, it's genuine, it's nothing is fake. And when I had my own healing from Paul, it was crap. I felt a little bit better. No major changes whatsoever. And he's supposed to be one of the best in the world. But after doing Alberto Villoldo's work, I realised it was all smoke and mirrors. So is he really a health coach? So he said before in old videos, don't go and see a doctor that's fat. You should be able to take your top off and be proud of your body. I can do that any day, no problem at age 55. But I don't smoke any drugs. I don't even drink. I like a bit of chocolate, that's it. That's my thing that I like, and fruit, and just living the principles that I learned through being a master level 5 in London. But I just don't get it. How can you advocate in level 4 manual to smoke tobacco? Why? And why are you doing it in your videos when I had 4 clients come to me? Scott, you're not doing drugs like Paul Chek. I'm very high profile. I can't afford to have that get out that I'm working with a guy that promotes drugs. Why would you do that? It's just so much in his ego, he can't see the damage it's doing to his brand. So I believe he's not a health coach, because if you're going to bed at 9 o'clock, waking up at 3 a.m, you're going against all your circadian rhythms, and that's showing that you're not healthy anymore. And showing that your liver is backed up so much. You can't see it. Well, you can. There's one short that you can look at. His skin's completely red. Like as if he's never got rid of that dystemic. Oh, we was on HLC level 2 in Eastbourne. Yes, I've got this dystemic fungal infection and I can't get rid of it. My jock itches all the time, and he had green toenails. That's why one of my videos was called The Green Toenail Guru. I got green toenails and I can't get rid of it. Wait a minute. You're supposed to be the best of the best in the world. Why can't you get rid of it? Why can't you do it? If you're a shaman, you should be able to get rid of it and cure it. There's a book I've got where you can do it in 90 days. It's just unbelievable, the hypocrisy of everything, where if you criticise him, he gets a hump and he ostracises you like he did me. And then Gavin went after me because of Cole Godley. They're both friends, they both own gyms, they both had building sites, or worked on the building site where Gavin had a building company and he went bankrupt, which he told us all in class. But then you go and look at his profile and his new Chek profile on the Chek Institute website, bragging he worked 200 hours plus. But conveniently, never put that he'd been bankrupt on there. So was he lying in class just to get our sympathy and to try and big up his own course that we were doing? Or is it genuine? We can look at Company's House and look at the records maybe and find out whether it's genuine or whether it was a complete pathological lie. So I feel now, after my blinkers being taken off and me not being part of the cult anymore, obviously some of the cult members have tried to attack me and stuff like that. Always either been put up by Gavin or the Institute, or they don't like what I'm saying because it's the truth. And maybe it might affect their business. If I've had over, 51.3 thousand views in the last period of 90 days to my YouTube channel, that means a lot of people have seen the truth. A lot of people. And whether they believe me or not, I don't give a fuck. But I'm just putting out my truth and being totally honest and, brutally honest, which that's my style. That's just how I am. People either, one of my friends said to me, you like Marmite, Scott. You either hate it or you fucking love it. I hate Marmite. It's disgusting. but I love, other stuff. So you've got to think about that, is that if the health guru is promoting tobacco, promoting 1,000 plant medicine journeys, and then putting stuff in the tobacco to get even a bigger high and promoting that as well, you have to think to yourself, how is this health? How is it health? I was in a group of, I think it was last year or year before, and within the group, they'd all be doing their thing. One or two of them were always out of their nut and doing stuff. I just accepted it and went along with it because it wasn't around me. Does that make sense? But when I'm around people like that, it repulses me. Because I've seen people die. I've had to bring people round in a nightclub and lost them. So that's why I'm so anti-drugs. I can remember Susie Neville saying to me, Scott, if you're going to move to California, you have to accept that cannabis is part of the lifestyle. But then if you go to downtown California or Encinitas, you'll see all this like massive homelessness, massive amount of drug taking. Now, some people can be really strong and not get to the level where it's affecting their income, their personal life, and how they live their lives. Heroin addicts can take heroin for 20 years and nobody knows because they're still working, they're still functioning properly. But the bigger percentage can't. It ruins them, it kills their life and kills them eventually. And this is what annoys me, is that Paul's in a high position of responsibility. Obviously his YouTube is tanking because he's not getting the views he used to get. He's getting 1,000 views on one video, maybe less than that, when he's got over 143,000 followers. So that means either the drug stuff is pissing people off, or what he's talking about, the spirit gym, people are not gelling to anymore. He's not a vicar, he's not a real spiritual person, because if he was a real spiritual person, when my mate emailed him and said, I've just lost my mum and dad, he would have been on like straight away, or this is one of my students. I need to talk to him and see if I can help him. And just the lies, I'm a clairvoyant. Well, prove it. He can't prove it. He just says it. Prove you're a remote viewer. When he said he was a remote viewer, he said that he found 2 people on a mountainside that were trapped, and another Chek practitioner asked him to find them. He found them. Woo, brilliant. But why wasn't it in major media? He's Paul Chek. He's mega famous in the fitness industry. No other industry, in the fitness industry. So why is it that wasn't in major media? You've got to ask these questions. I know you're not going to like it if you're in the cult and you think he's a god and you got your little statue of him, by your computer, and you pray to it every morning. I'm just taking the piss now. But you got to wake the fuck up. He's just a man. He's just a normal person. There's nothing special about him. Penny's the one that's built the business. She's the one that, if he sets up a course, she'll say, oh, get rid of that, keep that, get rid of that, and it becomes successful. She's the driver of the business. And he said that multiple times. Without her, it would have all completely failed. So I don't understand why she hasn't said, or she probably has, Paul, this is not good. This is not right. You're damaging the practitioners. You're damaging the brand. But remember what I said. They don't care. They don't want you to go to level 5. They want you to do level 1. They want as many people to do IMS1 as possible. So they make £2,000 each time. Pure profit for clicking a button. Same with Spirit Dim. Click a button that you're paying. They're not. They're just clicking a button. And you got to watch these, what's he said, 8 videos or whatever. So remember that. Think about that. Do you want your health guru or somebody that you look up to has got more addictions than you? more problems than you. If he didn't have any problems, he would be going to bed at 9 o'clock, like he told all of us, or 10:30, and waking up at 6 a.m. Why is he waking up at 3 a.m? Why is he always wearing a hat and a big jacket? Because he's cold. He can't keep warm anymore because his adrenals are knackered. And when he says, "Oh, this is the best system in the world. Oh, it's holistic. It's fantastic." Well, why do you look 70 when you're 60? Makes you age. So remember that when you're doing HLC level 1, level 2 and level 3, and it takes you 3 years to get your bit of paper because they want you to do loads of other shit that you don't need, when you could go online and do a new holistic coaching course in 6 months, and then you could do a nutritional course in a couple of months, and then you could do a personal trainer course and get work straight away. You mentioned Chek, people don't want to employ you because 1, they think drugs, 2, they think he hates every bit of equipment, then they think, oh, I'm a chiropractor, he hates chiropractors. Oh, don't think I want to take this guy on. He loves Paul Chek. He's got a little dolly of him on his computer. I'm taking a piss again. So have a real good think about that. And I hope you've been enjoying my series of videos. A lot more to come. We've got about another 200 to come. We've done about 16 blogs. Another, what we done? About another 30 to go. And everywhere you see Chek, you'll see Scott. Everywhere you see Chek, you'll see Scott. Everywhere you see is the qualification valid, you'll see me giving you the truth. So anything that I think is wrong, I'm putting it out there so the younger students or the new guys that are coming forward know what they're getting into. Know that they're getting a qualification that is not valid anywhere apart from the own organisation. Why would they not get it registered with everyone when they've got estimated 32 million in the bank? Why would they not have all level 5s, level 4, level 3, level 2s and level 1s in order on Chek Connect? Because they want all the work. Gavin Jennings wants everything. He doesn't want you to get anything, but he's going to sweet talk you into signing a contract where you're locked into a contract. But remember, UK consumer law, if you don't like something or you're not happy with what you've got in the 6-year period in the UK, 5 years in Scotland, you can ask for a full refund. And if they don't give it to you, go to Trading Standards and report them. They will get a massive email and they will give you your money back. And remember, you can always do a bank, you can call your bank, say this has happened, I'm not happy, I want a refund, and they can pull the money back, then get in touch with Trading Standards. Trading Standards will back up your story, then you've got your £2,000 back. And remember, he says categorically on the refund page on the website, if you click something, download it, and you watch it for more than 1 hour, and if you download it, you don't get a refund. That is totally illegal against UK consumer law. So remember that as well. So remember, is he really a health coach? I don't think he is anymore. He's lost his way. He's totally addicted to everything. He's got such a strong addiction. I get in 2 emails a day about Spirit Shit Gym. I will never join it. I will never pay for it because I know it's going to be super hard to sell because most people hate all that stuff. I'd say 90% of people now hate anything to do with religion. Hate it. Hate it. So it's really hard to sell. And the Chek stuff is super hard to sell anyway, especially if you're not working with another Chek practitioner or somebody that's into that way of thinking. You have to remember that as well. Always get a good return on your investment. And if you're getting a qualification that's not qualified anywhere, apart from the own institute, then they want you to pay a license that's going to cost you £60 a year, and that license is not recognised or valid by anybody else. Now remember folks, I'm a level 5 master. I'm not licensed anymore. I'll never pay I'll never give them any money ever again. But you have to remember, if the license was valid and people were asking for it, I wouldn't be doing videos. If they represented me as a level 5 on the homepage like they do level 3s, level 1s and level nothings, I wouldn't have anything to say. If they would correct their returns policy and money back guarantee, which they're totally lying on their website, I wouldn't have no videos to do. And if Gavin wouldn't have sabotaged me from 2013 and Paul Chek ostracised me in 2012, say, I wouldn't be doing any videos at all. You wouldn't know the stuff that I know, because I would have kept my mouth shut. But because they've attacked me over 14 times, all documented, all with the lawyers, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to help everybody understand that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not going to make you huge amounts of money unless you're really good at sales and marketing, and maybe you've got your own gym, your own facility, or you're a physio, or you're an osteopath, or you've already got, you know, something set up where it doesn't matter if you don't make the money back. It doesn't matter if you don't get any clients, because you've already got a client base. But why would you throw 30k, 40k once you've done hotels, food, traveling, extra study books and all that nonsense to qualify? So I just leave that with you. Have a think about it, and keep watching my videos. Watch time keeps going up. The view rate's gone up. I've done 4.9 million views. So hopefully before Christmas, I'll hit 5 million views. And everybody knows what's going on.